Welcome to the Reggaecy, where we endeavor to preserve the legacy of reggae and dancehall by discussing important topics, as you know, as it relates to the reggae and dancehall culture. My name is Randy. I have my General Oliver on the next side.
Big up on yourself, viewers. Welcome back for viewers. Also, big respect to any new viewers. Respect to anybody who check we out on the reg. Make sure you like, share, comment as usual. You don't know.
Straight. All right. So, first order of business, we're not playing, we're just jump into it,
No play.
Right, straight, just like that. So, question may I ask, I know what ask a whole heap of question around these parts. Because I've kind of been seeing some things floating around from the other day. Not only the other day, still over the years, I see things and it kind of sway me to a kind of a sort of way, like almost like some days a vendetta out there. So the question that I have in mind is there a secret agenda to silence reggae and dancehall? Make that marinate and simmer look a bit. What you feel,
Wow.
people?
That's
What you feel, Oliver? What you feel?
We have to give you a pass to make people them think for real.
For real, is there a secret agenda? Because, all right, let me give you some example. If you notice, many people over the years are asked and a question, why isn't reggae and dancehall bigger than what it is?
Yes.
Right? When reggae and dancehall fathered many genres.
Right.
When, them say reggae are the music of the sound of the people. You know what I mean? It come out of the ghetto and all these things. I know these things are true, but again, it sounds logical to you, or is there a secret agenda to silence reggae and dancehall? It might have to do with other things too, where you probably can point out to us in the comments, but at this time, I'm going to just discuss between myself and Oliver. So Oliver, take it away, because I'm here up on the next side. I ask the question, so do so.
Yeah, man. Boy, it's a deep question. And it make me have to pause myself and think a little bit because I want to try to address it as best as possible. And hopefully if there's any gaps or anything where I'm leaving off, people can make up the rest of that, right? But it's a serious topic because it make you have to wonder, as far back as me can know that I actually have a passion for dancehall or reggae or culture and I understand what's going on. I always felt that way. It's however, whether it's a small feeling or how large the feeling depends on who you're speaking with and the type of person or the circle you're in.
Right.
It leads you to go into some very deeper topics, right? Because it goes to controlling and who control what and who makes what popular, how that go, right?
Okay.
And if I was to answer the question though, I would say yes, right? But I don't think it's as simple as a yes or no answer. But I would say yes for several reasons. I'm going to pinpoint one or a few reasons and then go to you, Randy, so that we can make the thing circulate.
Yeah, cool. Come like me even have to ask you, and that me just take ask you, just like how you bring up reasons.
Yeah. So one of the reasons I think is yes, reggae are the power of the people, it's the music of the people. I'm not going to talk about just dancehall, I'm going to touch upon reggae. But you can't even talk about dancehall. Dancehall and rebel music. That's where it came from. It came from the people who were suffering or oppressed. As Bob Marley, let's say, a wailing music, right?
Sure.
It's a very spiritual music. It's also aligned to the reggae aspect of it is very aligned to from a religious perspective. So just like how you have gospel, right?
Right.
Reggae, I like gospel music for the Rastafarian community. So it's not a small order to spread that across the globe. However, we know that the powers that be don't like to elevate the people then. Right? Music, right. Reggae music is a music where elevate the mind. It's almost like the weed where you smoke, right? Or the food where you eat. Reggae music coming like a vegetarian. It's like the Rastafarian way of life itself is a nice parallel to reggae music.
Yeah, I get the gist.
Because the way how the Rastafarian live them life, that's all reggae music is. Pure, clean, nothing but healthy greens, and that kind of music or messages you consume.
Like natural inspiration for your soul, from where it come directly from the people them, or directly from the poor man, or the people that need to be uplifted, the people that are being repressed, held down.
Right.
You see me? Yeah, a reggae music and dancehall music that.
And the people them, the powers that be don't want that. Because if you really listen to reggae music, reggae music make you think. Just like weed, we open up your mind and make you think. And I like alcohol or them things there.
So hold on,
Right?
Oliver. You say we did open up your mind and make you think. What? Hold on, like you're one and two here and there or what?
I mean, look, maybe this is not the right platform, but I think more, and I'm not going to go by the stereotype because not every Jamaican obviously smoke, but I have smoked, right? I think if you smoke, there's a difference between weed and alcohol, right? But not to go off topic, right? Let's say you listen to certain music, it's like just alcohol, just forget you're drunk, have fun, enjoy yourself.
Right.
That's not what reggae is. The deep reggae music make you think, make you wonder why certain things is the way it is. For example, when Sizzla come out, and I don't like to use it as if he's still not, the music, he's still making good music. Yeah. I think people tend to try to act as if the message is not there. The message is still there. But when he was new on the scene, is a man who used to make me really think and go deeper in myself. So the powers to be don't want that. They don't want us to think this way. They don't, and this is why sometimes when you see reggae music and artists in America, they get a huge fight because the powers to be don't want the people them to get too smart and intelligent. Yeah. Because why would you want that? You see me? Because then a man go question and ask, wait a minute, why are you in charge of the thing? Yep. Why are you tell me how to do the thing? You know what? Me never wonder before who control. But the music can make me control and meditate. Right? So I think there's an effort to stifle the music and to make sure say the masses not get to it. Imagine if the black community in America really accepted reggae. Like how them accept like trap. Imagine that. But them try to segregate one more time and make it seem like we're so different that a black American might not feel it necessary then to listen to reggae or feel that it's even of any use or value to them. Even though some do listen to it, right? Yeah. They do cut across. But I'm going to make you talk, Randy.
So, my thing is, if you notice, it's a rebel music, and that's my thing kind of people saying because for the most part, reggae and dancehall, one in the same, them can't control it. Mm-hmm. So it's anything where them can't control them fear, right? The thing again is anything that involve money, right, or making money, people want to be able to control. People want to, build a certain system, which I understand that too. But my direct answer to the question is, honestly, I'm not going to be the conspiracy theorist that many may think, but I don't know. But from what I'm seeing, right, what I'm seeing, like things that I've seen, like affecting various artists, I can point out a few of the artists, them, man, like, for instance, Buju Banton will recently get incarcerated. And even since its release, it still feels to me like the powers that be
of the pressure.
Yeah, exactly. And them are trying to suppress him and are have him oppressed. You see me?
Control him away. Yeah.
Exactly. That means, when him share him thoughts, it's like them try to make him look like him not sex, or like him is a madman or whatever.
It's like a spiritual war, I see. when we see him talk, I feel like there's a spiritual war going. And I feel he's cognizant of it.
It does feel like, again, right, see him like it's a spiritual war, is like him so enlightened. See, me now say, the man not have faults, because obviously him have faults, and that's why he went and did a bid. You see me? Now him free up. And him a try enlighten some of the people them still, but someone takes something, certain people, and I mean people, you have to question things, right? Not because a man is an artist, he might say a thing and you have to accept it. You know what I mean? And not because he's popular, you have to say another thing and him accept it. Not because Randy said it, you have to accept it. Not because Oliver said it, you have to accept it. But guess what you need for the do?
Research yourself.
Yeah,
and
think about it.
Yeah.
Yes, right? Another person, when I say, it feel like the other day, Sprague has a few little things where.
Yeah, come under depression.
Yeah, and it feel like the people them on Sprague events. You see me? So it's like me, myself, I say, wait. So, certain artists can say all type of things all over the world and get away with it. I talk about musicians, when I say artists.
Mm-hmm.
Get away with it. The whole system, I say the system, the system of music, the system of government, they really depend them next like that.
True.
So it's like, for me, it shows that the reggae artists, them, even if they might not as active as you think and current as you may think, it's like them have power, because the powers that be are try control.
And why you try control it?
The local people, them, the ghetto people, them, seeing so them can take advantage. The ghetto people, them don't really realize how powerful they are.
No.
So the powers that be are try control them, and them are try use what them love the most to control them, which is the music. You see me? So when we say the powers that be, you might ask, who is the powers that be? Because really and truly, that would be my question for you, Oliver. Who you think is the powers that be?
I think the powers that be come from all different angles. But you say a thing, before I go to that, I always wonder, and I've said this before, why the Jamaican public the Jamaican politicians then, or the leaders are not behind the music as much as they should, right?
Yeah.
You can argue that reggae music is one of our biggest exports, right?
Yeah.
Or one of the most things that we're known culturally across the globe for, right? And money is being made from it. So why would you suppress a music like that, or suppress something, a thing that's bringing value and money to the country, unless you feel that it is in other ways a detriment to what it is you're trying to do? Right?
A threat. Yeah.
Right? Or maybe it make me feel sometime, and I'm going out on a limb here, that if even local markets and local powers that be, from politicians to radio and music, are getting money to stifle the music. Because it can be, you can't stifle the music from abroad, right? Because the powers that be, to me, not just Jamaica, it's spread across the globe. Because the bigger powers to be see the power of the music, right?
Right.
But if you're trying to control the music, right? It's almost, you probably need some people on the ground in Jamaica to try to accomplish that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can block certain markets and certain international markets to us, because we don't even get them international look. Nowadays, it's only, you would call it, say, almost like it's like a maverick DJ then would have really push certain reggae and dancehall nowadays. Or if you're a long-standing show like Jabba, right? Bobby Canda's show.
Right.
Then you have a platform already. But the other disc jockeys, it seems like they're taking a risk when they even play the music. To me, that's the way it feels. Like somebody's controlling them, or they have a sense of fear.
So watch this again, big, broader scale. They said show the people that have the money. Like for instance, overseas. So I said people overseas then. Because them should be able to tap into it. And maybe take advantage of it somewhere and grow it and whatever. They haven't been able to do that over the years. Right? But you have the local reggae and dancehall acts where them say whatever them feel like say out of them mouth. Them disrespect whomever. Them if they not agree with something, they can't stop them from saying it. Them share them thoughts and them feelings. No, you know what that do? That make the larger, powers, the industry now say, oh, you know what? We not like that. So guess what, just because them no support what we support and they not push our agenda, guess what? We're going to stifle that. We're going to stifle them. We not spend no money. When I say, if them have an agenda for silence reggae, you have to think about it on the level like, for instance, let me give you an example. If I say now, boy, Oliver have a different agenda from mine, but me have the finances where Oliver need for grow. But to choose Oliver agenda different, me say, oh, guess what, in line with where me in line with, so guess what? You can't get none of my money. I gotta tell my friend them say if they do business with Oliver, yo, I'm gonna cut them off.
And I think that's why the Jamaican politicians don't endorse or support the music, because they felt like it's always in counter to what it is that they're doing. Because remember, you have Bob Marley behind me, right?
Yep.
And you have Peter Touch on the other side behind me.
Right.
They were under severe pressure where people don't know, and them get a lot of fight within Jamaica, And the international world recognized them first from all of the works they kept doing and kept pushing their agenda, right?
Yeah.
Despite all of the oppression. And if you've seen certain documentary, especially when it comes to Peter Touch, he was abused several times in Jamaica.
Beat up by police, all type of thing, Babylon.
You have to wonder to yourself too if they didn't even involve. We don't even want to go there right now because not going to be no conspiracy theories. But
Oliver, remember, so they never did like Rasta, Oliver.
Right.
The Rasta away.
Them used to go around and cut off Rasta man locks, trim them. That is something where people might think a long time. That's all when me I grew up.
Yep.
And in the 90s, them still a trim dread. Remember that.
Because one time we got high school together, we witnessed that happen.
Right, them just roll up on a man and trim him dread. And you have to wonder to yourself, a society where try limit how you grow your ear with your freedom of speech, right? Imagine that. You're here at one point, Jamaica was trying to prevent you from growing your ear or you like. Why? Because the symbolism was strong. Because it represented to everybody else that I am living outside of the system and I really don't care. And the government was afraid of that. So it made me wonder sometimes if the government of Jamaica employ certain tactics where them see abroad. I'm not talking no particular party, just so people are clear. I'm talking about politics and even business people, upper echelon. Period.
So in general, Oliver, yeah, I guess me can, even though I say me not know, and the reason why I did say me not know straight off the back is because me not have
definitive,
exactly concrete proof.
Right.
And I don't have it, so I can't say exactly this man I hold down and I stop the music because and I stop the youth.
No, we're not calling any names.
Right. But for instance then, I've seen something recently. Not again, I bring up a next thing. And I'm sure you've heard it. You never hear nobody say, why my father can't go back to Jamaica. Because for whatever is waiting for him if him go back to Jamaica. You hear that before, right?
Yes.
All right. Stick up in the sir. Don't me did say to you one time before. Say, boy, a good thing my father left Jamaica Because if he never leave Jamaica, the same demise I reach Vibes Cartel would I reach him.
True.
Somebody
I've said this many times, right?
Right. So this is a thing, it's like a sound conspiracy type thing, but my father have a public thing going on right now.
With
where
his son.
He did have a law. No, I'm not even talking about his son, but
In personal.
It seemed like them can't catch Quacky, them catch him shot, which I'm son. See? So them can't do what them need to do to have my father. And I'm not saying I don't know the innocence or the guilty of him.
You're not speaking to that, right?
Right. I have no clue. See? But for instance, I remember my father, he brought up something saying he had this particular lawyer was supposed to work on whatever case or whatever thing. And basically the lawyer, it seems, took a whole lot of money from him. I don't know the numbers.
He said about 200 and something, about 214,000 or 200,000 US.
Okay. Right. So now think about it. That person, especially if that person is a well-connected person in Jamaica, and I think I heard that my father end up make the lawyer get either locked up or charged or whatever. And I mean, you know what?
I brought up to the ethics community.
Exactly.
Board. Right.
Exactly. So imagine if that person is somebody of notoriety and power. What do you think?
And we know that happened.
You do me something, okay, all right, you think you can, you're bigger and you're better, you're smarter, get up boy, probably like that. You see me? Dunce boy when I come from nothing, because people sometimes look on people who come from the ghetto, them look down upon them. People who come from maybe the gully, to him say, him come from the gully side, me there upon the gully side, them look down upon them. So that's why them feel like, them can take advantage of them.
That's
but
true.
When my father maybe turn the tables now, it seemingly appear like, who is this person from that to be coming and talking to me like this and dealing with me like this and causing all these problems. So guess what me know? It's systemic now, maybe them and their friends, their cronies are out for him. So it still come back under the same banner. If we don't know specifically if this is going on, but it appears that way there because of what we are seeing and people are blind.
It always go on in a culture. And we mentioned before, it's not just colorism too, it's classism.
Exactly.
And whether people want to believe it or not, classism exists in Jamaica. Because certain times them act like them don't want you go and venture into certain areas, right? America wasn't the first place I came and realized that we can't go over a certain area or I don't feel too comfortable in a certain neighborhood. That occurred in Jamaica. I just wish people would be honest enough to admit it. The problem is the ones who are benefiting from this will almost never say anything because it benefits them this way. And sometimes the ones that cross over and make it, they don't say anything. They become quiet. So when you have a person like Movado or other entertainer who speak out, they don't like that because they don't want you shining the light or holding a mirror up to their face or for the rest of the citizens to know what's going on. One last thing I wanted to say before we make a jump in on there again.
Yeah.
Bolt had done an interview, remember, with, was it Ian Boyne? And he mentioned how difficult it was when he first moved into certain areas, despite what he was doing for the country. Remember this. We're talking about Usain Bolt.
Yeah, I remember.
Our biggest ambassador for the culture currently. You can argue that he is the next biggest thing to Bob Marley, if not from the country. And he's a living legend. Definitely. And he's telling you on his rise, he had issues in certain roads and probably still does. Right? And he probably has more money, more culture, has seen more than these people, but they still feel the need to do this to him. Right? So this is what we're dealing with. And the powers to be, I got always make sure them do that. Look, before me just start on one other point. Look at how them treat Carnival compared to how them treat reggae. Right?
Okay.
The uptown community really support Carnival. And them have them excuses, them claim say, oh, we don't know for act car. Them find other excuses to why they don't gravitate toward it. But the support where the companies give and the upper echelon give to Carnival, it's a complete difference than what they do for reggae and dancehall at times.
Okay.
Especially dancehall. Them treat we as if, boy, them people that have no class, so just leave them alone. And in my opinion, the people that need to look out for that and big respect to a person and an artist like Buju, who even though he has been fortunate to navigate out of that maze and that jungle or the mud, him still feel to speak up for the people then and try to enlighten them and open their eyes, despite putting himself at risk or in danger.
Oliver, me never really get that still with the Carnival thing, you know, because here why? You know, I mean, I get why them do that with Carnival. Because Carnival loose, bro.
I always thought that too. The debauchery and the nakedness, and however them find a way to sell it to the people uptown.
I think what it is because it's embracing what they like, what they're doing behind closed door, what them, you know?
Right.
Like while reggae and dancehall will lick out upon them and them feel away, they might feel guilty, them guilt conscience might ride them like Shabarangs would say, man on that table, we see that him and all of them something there. Enough of them been on that table a long time. So it's like them thing they make it seem like, yo, this and that. Meanwhile, Carnival embrace them thing there. So, embrace taboo things and enough of them been at the things with taboo. So maybe that is a issue as well. I don't know.
The positive from this is they will never hold reggae and dancehall down. Because ever so often a youth rise. And it's the most powerful to me that somebody can use words to change their life, right? It's to me, it's always been one of the most beautiful things to watch an artist use them words to get themselves out of them circumstances. Modern day poets to me, right?
So hold on again,
go ahead.
I might have stretched this out a little.
No, go ahead.
See, because I kind of feel like even though we bring up certain key artists, I don't want the people them get it in their mindset. Me I support foolishness. Me I support arms house. Right? Because for instance, you have some of them you say, yo, look upon them and they talk about Buju and Buju this. All right, fine. Look upon them and they talk about Cartel when Cartel this, fine. Like we are worship them on them. See, look upon maybe even my father with them proclaim involved in all type of things. You see me? So, you know, me can't speak for them things. See? Because how me feel about that, I feel say, yo, if I'm accountable or I'm involved in a certain things, it need to be held accountable for the crimes that I commit.
Right.
I just the way of the world. It's rules and laws. And I guess we grew up to that, but enough people believe also that rules are made to be broken because a whole heap of them because them have them money, them kinfolk, you know what I mean, and siblings or whatever you want to call it, been breaking rules and laws, you know what I mean?
And get away with it.
Easily, right? So, for me again, you know, we can't continue to go down the road of lawlessness and being an unruly nation. But we want people to understand this.
And open their mind and think.
The reason why the world know Jamaica are because them unruly and lawless nature. Them rebel culture, Bob Marley, reggae music. You see me? That is the reason why. Just like with rock and roll and all of them music that back in the day, I think them people they did a group gravitate to the rebel biker type thing, maybe the gothic part type. You see me? Not being, it's almost like being a non-conformist then.
Right. You step outside the box for them try to put you in.
Right. So, yes, we have the attention of the world, people. I'm like this, we not advocate for we lead with the same wrongdoings that we've been over the years. See? But in this current time and space, we still need room for growth. You know what I mean? And I do believe we can lead with excellence. Because, for instance, again, I'm sure you see this in the news recently. This young man will enter into a coding competition from Jamaica. And
yes.
Yeah, and he top. How old?
I think he was 12 or 14.
Yeah. Right. And he tapped his competitors. You see me? He tapped his competitors from maybe minuscule resources. I don't know. Some people might say in family well off or them could afford. I mean, fine. But you can't tell me, say, if given the resources to other youngsters in Jamaica, they couldn't have done the same, because I've seen it many a times. Even me and Oliver did that talk about. Oliver, remember the other day me did talk about when I collaborate old boys, and me I said to you, say, boy, up until this point in my life, me don't know, you can't tell me if you meet anybody more brilliant than them on there. But
no man, they're really brilliant for real.
With them and the talent and wit. I haven't imagined when they so-called call somebody a genius, maybe that is one of maybe two real geniuses when we meet in the world in my lifetime. You understand? Me not call him.
Pleasure to know and talk to.
Exactly. Me not call him name right now, because it not really have nothing to do with the show, But
right.
These people do exist in our culture. These people do exist in our island. You see me? And if only for, some infusion of resources, for solutions, and not to subjugate and hold on, whether it be reggae, dancehall, or the people of Jamaica, then, what are we really expecting? Because you're not giving other alternative, just like you tell people for turn of them yard, but you don't give them no resolution. You don't tell them, say,
for 1 year. For 1 year.
It's rough.
For 1 year. And you apply, to me, it seems like a copycat system. Your copycat will work in New York or somewhere else. You can't apply the same plaster for Jamaica. We don't have the same resources. I mean, I care who tell me an idiot or, look, I'm not here pretending that the pandemic isn't real or corona isn't real. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying at some point you have to employ a solution. And then you say people now listen and this and that, but at the same time you oppress people and lock them up for minor things, right? Where I feed them loved ones. We all know the issues Jamaica have already financially. Imagine a country like that locked down for a year. Just think about that. How you expect people to take care of themselves?
So is another thing again, Alibi, is who feels it knows it, because a lot of what we've been saying, I am sure, and you tell me if I'm wrong, it's probably falling on deaf ears.
Yeah, because people who not feel it not care. All them are going to say is, if you turn on the yard, why them not listen to the Prime Minister? That's just one side of the coin, right? But now I say there's not unruly people out there that are just going against the rules. There's always going to be that group. But I don't personally believe that number is that large that we can't find another way to deal with this thing. Instead of 12 o'clock curfew. I know I'm going off on a tangent on something else, but to me, it just seems to me that it's a little silly. What, corona spread per weekend? Or they might try to say more people come out per weekend, so you're locking people from 12 o'clock. That makes sense?
And what is the solution for the poor man where wasn't able to earn anything in preparation of this sudden lockdown that you propose? What is the solution?
Look, me see them arrest this is the last thing I ever said, because I go on for topic. Me see them arrest the preacher brother and the article said they found $6,000 or $7,000 on his in the residence, right? I think 4,000 British pound and 3,000 US. And the article said with no explanation of how he got the money. Are we serious here? We seriously a deal where I go that you can come in and search my house and ask me where me get $7,000 from? It's as much as the government make a decision or the police them say how much is too much given the pressure we are putting on that. So the hell you get 7,000, right?
So hold on to now. Austin collect collections.
Regardless of where you get the money, and look, if you don't have probable cause, you know, just go in a people thing and take out the money with no probable cause.
Yeah, so
because we're going up enough of them also find enough money hide too.
And more than that too.
Anyway.
Yeah, so we're
music can get oppressor, that's some either.
Right, and we're gonna close by asking the question again. Is there a secret agenda to silence reggae and dancehall? What are your thoughts? Share it with us.
And think people, I want them to comment, man. Open on the mouth.